Welcome to our program, Political Arena. Political Arena is a program where we discuss political happenings in Nigeria and other parts of the world. You're welcome to this edition. Today, we shall be taking a look at the subsidy removal, Delta State Government Palliative. We'll recall that during the week, in the first State Executive Council, the Executive Governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Ogorewori, did announce that he has approved that the sum of 10 billion naira will be approved for palliative in Delta State. That will form the basis of our discussion today. With me in the studio, we have two gentlemen. Mr. Moses Enuru is here in the studio. Mr. Moses Enuru is a public affairs analyst. You're welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
And also with us is Comrade Jeffrey Orusegbemi Iwerebo, who is our political scientist. You're welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, viewers.
All right, very quickly, let's just look at what is happening around us, around the African continent. It's like a wave. We looked at the coup in Niger recently, and then just this week we heard about a coup again in Gabon. Comrade Jeffrey Iwerebo, you are a political scientist. What could cause all this military coup, military intervention in governance?
Okay, thank you. And for a junta to take place, there must be some things that necessitate it. Like for Gabon, for instance, this is they just had an election, and some hours after the results were declared, the military took over power. And what are the reasons they gave? They said that there is poor economic growth, there is over dependence on the Western world, and this has necessitated them to come into power because Ali Bongo, the president that was removed from power, he has been there since like 2009. So he has been there for long. His father was there for over 40 years, 42 years, died in 2009. So he has been there for long, and the people they are not satisfied with his leadership. So this has necessitated the military to take over.
But is that a justification for military to take over if the civilians are not doing well? I thought we should go to the ballots to decide who we think can govern us.
Yeah, there are some modalities that have been put in place to conduct an election. Like I said, the military took over after an election, and in the 3 times, this is his 3rd term anyway. In the 3 times he has conducted elections or he has won elections, there have always been public outcry that they are not satisfied with the level of conduct of the election. And this time the elections were marred with violence, it was marred with vote buying and all sorts. So they are not satisfied. So the military took it upon themselves that they want a better Gabon. So they took power from the president. Although it is not a justification, but this is the reasons that they've given.
Now you are a political scientist. Now, how can military coup be prevented in Africa? Because we saw just a recent few hours ago, the Cameroonian government had to reshuffle the military formations and the top military officers, and in Rwanda, the president had to retire the top military officers. Is that a way to stop military coup in Africa?
Yes, that would go a long way to actually curb the menace of having military take over power. But apart from the fact that these people are actually dissatisfied with happenings in their country, another thing that can cause a military to take over is actually external influence. Let's say, for instance, in Ghana in 1966, it is now on record, it is now public knowledge that it was the US and Britain through the CIA that actually removed Kwame Nkrumah from power just because they felt like it was a threat to their interest. So you get if the governor or if the president, the country wants to stem the tide of military intervention in democratic processes, they should try as much as possible to do what is right for the people. I was listening to a program on TV yesterday, and they were discussing a similar issue, and somebody was saying that these military men, they have families, they have people that they take care of, and the allowances that they give to them is barely even enough for them, and they know that the country that they are in has a lot of resources that should be able to cater for their needs, but because of the influence of the West, the external factors, they are not able to actually meet up with that responsibility. So if the president or if the government, they are serious about curbing military takeover of power, they should do what is right. They should do what is right for the people, because all over Africa, all over everywhere that military coups have taken place, it is actually because of these reasons. They give similar reasons for their takeover. So the government should do what is right.
All right, thank you very much. Let's come back home. We're looking at this fuel subsidy removal. But first of all, let's see how the removal of fuel subsidy is biting hard on. Let's come back home to deltas. Mr. Moses Enoro, what are some of the effects of the removal of fuel subsidy so far on deltas?
Thank you very much. The first subsidy removal in deltas that be affecting so many people, including the riches. You can see today a liter itself of 615, 610, some sell 590. And if you have a car today, by virtue you are going from DBS here to PTI Junction, you might spend up to 3,000 naira. And before you will spend up to that, I look to transport rates today, everything's high. So that is really affecting the masses.
All right, thank you very much. Comrade Jeffrey, what are some of the effects of fuel subsidy removal? Because a lot of people don't look at the private sector.
Okay.
Because people don't look at the private sector, they only look at the populace, they look at that's the common man, and then maybe those in the public sector. The private sector, they don't get any palliative and all that. How has this affected the private sector?
Okay, the private sector individuals, they actually form members of the society, the larger society. And for Delta State, for instance, the governor, aside the palliative he has made available for government workers, he has also put up a committee that will actually look into provision of palliative for people that are with disability, people that are less privileged, widows in the society. I think that will go a long way to actually help them with these trying times.
Okay. Now that you have mentioned it, now tell us what are the palliatives that the state government has put in place?
Okay, like I said, the state governor has actually put up a committee chaired by the secretary to the state government, Honorable Kingsley Emu, and the palliative will start rolling out by the time the committee comes back with a report. So as of now, they are still making their report, and when they come back with the findings, it will be made known to Deltans that these are the ways that they are going to effect change, or going to give out the palliatives to ease the sufferings of Deltans.
All right, 10 billion naira have been earmarked for this palliative. Mr. Moses Enoro, will you say the 10 billion will be enough, or the governor just need to do more?
Yeah, the 10 billion naira will go a long way. If I may come in, the issue of this palliative of 10 billion naira, I would like to suggest to the governor, which is the executive council, to go into transporting. After that, they should look to our students, because you cannot just say 10 billion naira, you set a committee, and at the end of the day, they will just go and buy food stuff all here and there. They will not get to the masses. If you really want the masses to benefit from it, they will go into transportation. If you look to during the time of our former governor, Dr. Emmanuel Niweta Odwaga, there are those buses, those mini bus that are transporting people from one place to the other. Free buses for the students that are going to school. You see the poor ones are benefiting from it, because any woman or any man that does not have a 10 naira to give to a child to school in the morning for transportation, the child will come out in the morning, will join the free bus to school and come back. Is benefiting from the palliative. And during that time, even from Orokbe down to PTI Junction, just 15 naira then. So if I bet you are schooling at PTI Junction to Orokbe, you just spend barely 100 naira. So I would like the government to go back to that system, or that transportation. I would like the government to go back to that system. Then come to the educational side of this, our students, how they can benefit from it. I would like the government to pay the enrollment of WAEC and NECO for all public schools. That is the only way the poor ones, which is the masses, can benefit from this palliative. Then The government will also buy notebooks, textbooks, share to all the public school. We see some parents dey no even have 10 naira to buy textbook for their children. If it's even English textbook or a math textbook, the government can buy it, because we are talking about 10 billion naira a year. If aviation go into the transportation, that transportation will also generate more money to the government also, that will help more and more. If you look to this of recent palliative they talk about from the federal government, you can see our SLSC, he did something that I love so much for the civil servants. You can see he gave approval of 10,000 naira to their salary, and he give them a freedom of going to work 2 times or 3 times in a week. That will help them so much. So I really wanted to look into those particular spaces,
all right.
so that we can help the masses.
All right, thank you very much. Viewers, you can be part of this conversation by calling us on 081 5037 2800. 081 5037 2800. The number will be displayed on your screen. You can call us. Let's hear your contribution. How the state government, the committee on palliative should spend the 10 billion naira earmark for that purpose. All right, Comrade Jeffrey let's hear from you now. He has said that the committee should focus on transportation and education. How do you think the 10 billion naira should be spent?
Okay, like I said earlier, the governor has already constituted a committee for that, and I believe
we're setting up agenda for the committee, because it will form some of the things they are going to do. So how do you think?
Yes, I'll support what he said. He said they should consider paying the enrollment fee of WAEC students in the state. Yes, there are quite a number of students that will be taking WAEC this year and in every other year that we've had. So I believe that if the government can assist in that direction, it will go a long way to actually to ease the suffering on the parents, because raising money to send your child to school, then it gets to WAEC, and this whole subsidy issue comes and you can't afford it at this point. It will be heartbreaking for not just the child alone, for the parents. So if the government can actually support by making this palliative available, that's paying for the WAEC for students, secondary school students, it will go a long way. And the governor, although the governor has said that already, that is going to continue is 0 to 5 healthcare for for mother and child. So that will also go a long way too. And the governor has said that the tricycle assembly plant in Asaba, that the committee should also look for a way that to make it a dual purpose factory. That way they will be able to manufacture tricycles that will use gas. And if they want to manufacture a tricycle, that creates employment. People will be employed, and the burden of subsidy will be reduced to a very large extent. So I think the government should toe that line, and it will go a long way to help the citizens.
Now, let's look at the area of food, because there is no way you can go to school or take public transport when you are hungry. So let's look at food. Should the committee also get food for it? Because the people are hungry. Definitely. We saw in Bayelsa State where some people broke into a warehouse where food that were already spoiled. They had to, even they were just carrying the food, even though they were bad, they just took them home to at all. So how should the area of food? Let's look at it.
Yes, the area of food is necessary. Food is necessary. Then if the aviation are going for food, the government will also set a monitoring team to the committee that is holding the food aspect, because some of the food items they are dispatching to people, some of the people they put in place to dispatch it, they will not dispatch it. They will just keep it to themselves. They will take it to some stores and sell it. So the government will put a monitoring team. By each local government, there's going to be a monitoring team to make sure those food are distributed to the less privileged, not people that are doing well. Okay. Just as let me use myself to cite an example. If I can feed myself and my children, and my neighbor will not feed himself and his children, I was given the opportunity to distribute food. I will put those food into my own house without giving to that person. Is that a good thing? So, but if they are very sure there are monitoring team to those things, they will know that these people are really passing through a lot of.
Okay. We have a call. Hello. Hello, turn down the volume of your TV set. Okay. Yeah,
So
yes.
those monitoring team must be compulsory to make sure they monitor the sharing of the food to the less privileged.
All right, we have the call. Hello? Hello? Turn down the volume of your TV set. You on? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. What's your name and where you calling from?
Okay.
What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Jedo.
Jedo, your name, please.
Beto is my name.
Ah, Chairman.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, the committee should be in two tiers, the state and local government.
Okay.
Yes.
Asking in terms of distribution of food items. You see, when you talk of transportation, you talk of a book, you talk of tea. A hungry man is an angry man.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, a hungry man is an angry man.
Okay.
First of all, first and foremost, the local government chairman, to be involved.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, the head is responsible where there is no proper distribution. Because the governor or the state committee that will identify the poorest of the poor. The local government is in charge with the community. Community leaders will also be involved.
Yes.
So that at the end of the day, when they distribute these food items, there will be a suitable distribution of these items. Local government to local government,
What to
community
what?
to community, then at the community level, street to street, house to house.
Yes.
That is one.
Okay.
Secondly, issue of transportation. Issue of transportation is a lot of 10 million. How many buses can 10 million for the entire local government? How many routes are they going to run? Which are going to be distributed to schools? Because the schools will have their own buses taking their children home and to school.
Okay.
And there should be integrated rules where these buses will fly. I can't say to CPI junction, and that is one rule. I'm going to say one is happening to Wadi, Tabasco, to Wadi, to ask for like that.
Okay.
So it's really not planning.
Okay.
The previous said, no, you come back to the committee continue. And perhaps not properly to ensure that the people
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your contribution. That was Honorable Ifeoko, former chairman, Ukpe local government.
Yes.
Present PDP chairman, Ukpe
Yeah,
local
Ukpe
government
local
area.
government, yes.
All right. Thank you very much. He just called in to tell us that the distribution of food should go from states to local government. The local government chairman should be involved, and their committee leaders should also be involved, so that can get down to the grassroots. Beautiful contribution. Now, okay, you were saying something before now. Now, I want us to look at this aspect, because some people also some people want to distribute this thing across party lines, because sometimes when you bring it to even at the community level, they'll say you are not a member of our party, so you will not benefit. Should this come into play? This time around?
No, let me come it that way.
Okay.
You
Okay,
see-
you're a party man.
Yes, you see, our Excellency, Right Honorable Sheriff Obrewori, the Executive Governor of Delta State, is a man of the people. Being the governor of the state is telling everybody we are one Delta. So you, whosoever that is in part of that committee, you don't dare it and tell one that you are not our party member, you will not benefit from the palliative. Our governor, our Excellency will not
Okay,
tolerate
I'm
it.
coming. Let's hear from this caller. Hello. Oh, sorry. Wait,
So our governor will not tolerate that.
okay.
And I believe that this will go to everybody, be it PDP, APC, whatsoever any party you belongs to. The whatever is coming is for everybody in Delta State, not just only Deltas. Whosoever any other statement that is living within Delta will benefit from it.
Benefit, okay.
So it's for everybody.
Okay, Comrade Jeffrey.
Well, I feel giving the palliative along party line should not be encouraged, because this subsidy issue is one issue that even across party lines, people have seen that we need to remove subsidy, and it has been removed eventually. It was Governor Obaseki, a PDP governor, that said it will take a miracle for the state government to pay state government and federal government to pay salaries of workers beyond June, a PDP governor, he even realized that the subsidy was gulping too much of our revenue. So it is not a problem that should be treated with a party affiliation. Whether the person is a PDP member or an APC member, we are all facing the same challenge. So I don't believe that it should be given along party lines. It should be distributed equitably to everyone that needs it. So I feel that's the way it should be.
All right, now let's look at one critical aspect that even Onawefeko also talked about: the poorest of the poor. How do we identify the poor? Who is actually the poor? Because this subsidy removal is affecting everybody, even the poor and the rich. And the palliative is for the poor, those vulnerable household and all that, people living with disability.
Okay.
Who qualify to be the poor?
Okay, like I said earlier, the subsidy removal is actually affecting everyone. But like I said, or like the caller said, that
Okay, just hold on. Let's listen to this call. Hello. Okay, go ahead. Hello, yes. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from NRA.
What will be your name first? My
name is
Your name is what? Gift. Okay, Gift. Turn down the volume of your TV set. Reduce the volume.
I want to ask about that bus you showed that production.
Okay.
The bus is, we need that, make them bring the bus to come. The bus is Airbus.
Okay.
And then it's back there.
All right.
The transport is too much.
Okay. All right. The committee will hear. Thank you. Yes, please.
Okay, so as I was saying, like that caller rightly advised, he said that the committee, if a committee is going to be set up, that it should be in like two tiers: the state government and the local government. The local government deals directly with the grassroots, and if it is made that, if the committee is made that way, the local government, they should be in a better position to actually identify this person that I need. Because once it comes to the local government, it goes down for a little bit further to the ward. So that way, it will be easier for them to actually identify the persons that are in need in the various communities. Not like it shouldn't be given to everybody, but something that will be given to, like you said, if you can feed your family 3 square meal a day and somebody cannot feed their family, yes, we all have the same issues. We are all facing the same subsidy. But in the case where it's giving 1 basket of rice, I feel the other person that is in need should be given like half basket, or maybe half bag of rice rather. Should be given to him. If you can feed yourself, just so that you know that you are part of the society, you should be given at least 1 basket, because you pay your tax in the society too. But for somebody that does not have at all, the person should be given more. And this consideration will only be brought if the local governments are involved in the committee.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll continue with our discussion.
Mr. President, he's doing his best, and all of us know. Now the people that are
Point of order, minority leader.
Distinguished senators, members of representation.
Let's stop now. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes. Our country is bleeding. People are in poverty. There's no food. People are hungry. Insecurity is threatening us. We cannot pretend. It's better we are not here than to not see that here people are dying. Every day Nigerians are dying. We must rise to the occasion. And so me, Mr. President.
For this House probably working with the Senate to come up with a clear strategy on how to engage the federal government to live up to its own agreements.
We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly if we cannot save this country.
All right, welcome back, viewers. We're still looking, it's still political arena, and we are still looking at subsidy removal, the Delta State government palliative. All right, while we were on break, somebody drew our attention to a very salient point. He said, if we pass the food items, that's the palliative, through the community, that some community leaders may decide to give it to only indigenes of the community, and then the non-indigenes will not benefit. And actually it happened during the COVID-19 palliative, when it was given to community, and then it was only given to indigenes. They just made some announcement, and then they gathered at the community town hall and gave it to only indigenes. So how can we guide against such a thing?
Well, for me, it boils down to the integrity of every individual. If something is put in your position to actually give to people, and you decide that you are going to change others for maybe their ethnic, because of their ethnic group, or maybe because of they are not from your immediate community, I feel it is wrong, and it should be warned against. The whosoever that will constitute the committee should sound it as a note of warning to them that this palliative must get to everyone in their vicinity. It shouldn't be given along party line or along ethnic affiliation or anything. It should be given to the masses, because it was actually provided for the masses. It was provided for everyone. If anybody is put in the committee and they have that intention of going to give it to only persons that are of the same ethnic group as them, it is wrong. I'm saying it now, that the governor or the government should actually put that into consideration. Sound it as a note of warning to those that will be handed the responsibility of giving out this palliative. That it should not be given along party line or maybe ethnic affiliation. It should be given to people that actually need it, and I feel that will go a long way to curb this.
All right, let's hear from Mr. Moses Senero. You are a community man also.
Yes.
So,
in that aspect, our honorable chairman just said something about the community chairman should be involved. By the time the community chairman is involved, the community chairman know none of the indigene in his community, because there are so many community today went to, you will see some group Igbo meeting, ancient association, so they have some lot of group, and the community chairman knows those group. So if I venture the item get to the community chairman, it will invite the head of those association of different tribes that in that community and give to them. So by so doing, you will see that everything will go to the grassroots. Everyone will benefit from it. So that's my own suggestion towards those non-indigenes.
all right, now let's look at the aspect of civil servants now. We're giving 10,000 naira addition to their salary. It's a welcome development, but with the present economic situation, do you think a 10,000 naira is enough to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal?
Okay, well, for me, I feel it is an effort that should be commended. The governor was good enough to actually see that, okay, this person actually gets something extra. I'm not sure if it's every state in Nigeria that's actually done that. It might not be enough, but it is a palliative, something for you to at least hold yourself while bigger help is on the way. So I believe it should be commended. It should be commended from the governor that, oh, he has done this, he feels the plight of the workers. That is why he has actually made that one possible. And aside the 10,000 naira he has given, I actually made sure that they will be running shifts, yes, like he said. From grade 1 to 14, they run 2 shifts. Some persons work from Monday to Wednesday, while others work from Thursday to Friday. Then the following week, the persons that work from Monday to Wednesday will work Thursday to Friday. So I believe it should be commended. The steps that the governor has taken should be commended, and I believe the palliative will go, even if it doesn't go a long way, but it will at least show that the governor is concerned about the well-being of the people.
All right, Comrade, Mr. Moses.
Yeah. Well, he has said it all. That's just the truth. We need to appreciate our governor by so doing.
Okay.
Because you will see today someone that is going to his work with from inside his salary, but today it will be given a palliative of 10,000 naira. Is it not 3 months? That talking about
3 months.
that will go a long way, and by the side you go just 3 times in a week, so it will help.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's look at what now happens. Some of this palliative is for a short run, like we said, it's just for 3 months.
Yeah.
So what now happens after 3 months?
Okay.
After
Let Mr. Enero.
after 3 months, because with what we all are hearing about and what we all are expecting, that this fuel subsidy that removed in the next 2 to 3 months, things will come easy. The fuel will go to normal prices, isn't it?
True.
So let's see before that 3 months, if maybe the fuel go to the normal prices, everybody will be very okay with it. But if the fuel does not go back to the normal prices, and I trust our governor, we will do something more.
Okay, Comrade, where you go?
Okay. The removal of subsidy actually has the potential of saving Nigeria 7 trillion naira yearly.
Okay.
So that money will be channeled into other aspects of our national life: education, health, infrastructure. It will be channeled into those aspects. And one of the reasons why subsidy was in place before now is because we did not have any refinery in the country to actually refine our crude. So it necessitated us going outside to refine, then importing back to our country. Now that the Dangote refinery has been commissioned, although it's yet to be fully operational,
yes,
but we are hoping that before the end of the year it will commence operation. That the Dangote refinery has the capacity to refine 650,000 barrels per day, and Nigeria consumes 400,000 barrels a day. So it leaves us with excess of, I think, about 250,000 barrels, which we can export. That way we are strengthening our currency and life will become easier for us as Nigerians. Before now, we have always known that the removal of subsidy is something that will be for our advantage. Yes, the president has said it, that we are taking baby steps, and these sufferings that we are passing through now is actually necessary for us to get to our promised land. So by the time the 3 months elapse, I believe by that time we'll be able to see changes in our national economic lives, and it will be better for us as Deltans and as Nigerians at large.
All right, so what will be your advice to the committee set up by the state government on the distribution of the palliative? Mr. Moses Enero.
My advice to them is, first of all, is to be transparent. That's the number one thing, transparency, and to set up a monitoring thing, like as I said before. That would be my advice. By so doing, we see that everything will go well.
Comrade, what's your advice?
I think I'll to that same line. I think I said it before now that how effective this palliative is going to be depends on how well the persons that are giving the palliative to give to others will manage it. Their integrity at this point, personal probity should be brought to the fore. Before giving anybody or making anybody a member of such committee, the person should be somebody that they have a significant level of trust in.
Yes.
So, and the person should not betray that trust by going to do something other than what is instructed of the committee or what's expected of the committee to do. So every committee member should try as much as possible to imbibe the spirit of fairness and justice. When they are doing their committee work, they should try as much as possible to look beyond party lines, look beyond ethnicity and all what have you. So they should try as much as possible to be transparent, like you said, to be accountable for their actions. So that way it will go a long way to actually ease the sufferings of Deltans.
All right, let's look at the role of Deltans in all of these, because it takes some persons want to get 1, 2, 3 when some others have not gotten because they had know somebody that is in charge of that. What should be the attitude of Deltans towards this palliative? Moses.
Well, the attitude of Delta towards this palliative, in every places there must be a great man. In every places. So such people should deviate from those acts. After gotten 1, want to go to 2 or 3, they should deviate from it. And by the time they are monitoring things, taking care of those things, you will see those things will not take place anymore. Because then when they are doing it before, there's no proper monitoring. That's why you see such things taking place. If there are proper monitoring, such will not take place.
So what's your advice to?
I feel Deltans as much as possible to work with our governor, because he actually means well for us. Try as much as possible to work with him. And for this area of the palliative, like he said, if because you know somebody there does not mean you should actually get more than what you deserve. Like I said before now, if you are somebody that can ordinarily take care of your family even in the midst of this economic hardship, you should try as much as possible to leave this palliative for those that you know they are in need of it. The governor even said so that those that are in public offices that have the capacity to, as much as possible, to take care of themselves, they should try as much as possible to render help to those that are in need. So in a situation where, let's say for instance, you are put in a committee to give help to people, to share this palliative to people, and you are taking these things for yourself, or you are giving it to those that you know or along party lines or ethnic lines, like I said before, you should be discouraged. So please, I'm advising Deltans that even if you know somebody there, take what is due for you, then leave the rest for other people to take, so that they can have as much as they should.
All right, now let's look at, before I let you go, let's look at one critical aspect that is overlooked when it comes to palliative like this, the private sector. There are some persons that own private businesses, and maybe small scale businesses. They use diesel to run their business, they use fuel to run their business, and now that the subsidy has been removed, the cost of production has increased. For example, those people doing a dry cleaning business, some other business that use electricity, photocopying and all that, how can they be captured into this palliative in terms of their business?
Like I said, okay.
No, go ahead.
Like I said, the members that you refer to as private individuals, they are also members of the larger society.
Of course.
And I said that the governor has also made plans for inclusion of even those that are not even workers, less privileged, widows in the society.
No, the aspect I'm looking at
is
how to keep their business afloat, because they need you were using 1,000 naira fare to run your business for a day. Now you spend up to 3,000 or more than to run, and they need more money to run their business.
Their business was also grown, because if you are starting a paper of 10 naira before, now it's not 20 naira. So by so doing, they are getting the gain from it now.
So the committee should not look into this aspect of assisting them in their business.
Because the only way the committee can assist those people now is just by this assistance, or through this transportation and the educational sector I'm talking about since. That's just the only way, because you will not expect the governor to budget money for those set of people. So I can come out to that I have hairdresser, this or that, they will give me the money, whereas I didn't have it. So the maybe that even have those photo starting business, hairdressing, running all those things, they will not even get the money. So for that reason, I see no reason of government looking to those.
So for now, government should consider on the common man.
The common man, and they will benefit from the common man also, because there's also the common man.
All right, maybe you just want to say something.
Yes, he answered the question already. So I think I would support what he said. That the government should actually focus on the workers and the society in general. Like I said, widows, less privileged, people with disabilities and stuff like that. So, like he said too, the people that own businesses, as the prices of production goes up, they also increase their amount they sell. So that way, there's some level of balance in it. You buy fuel for 3,000 naira before, now you are buying it for 6,000 naira. Your service that used to charge for 4,000 naira, you are charging for 8,000 naira. So some way, somehow, there's a balance in it. So the government should actually focus on these persons that have been mentioned before now, the workers and the general society as well.
Okay. On the final note, 3 months on the saddle. Our governor has been 3 months. I've been governor of Delta State for 3 months now. What is your assessment of Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowori?
Fantastic. He has performed well. So far, so good. He just presided over his first executive council meeting, and we all know the reason why it took not really long, but it took him some time to actually get the right persons in place. And yesterday he was somewhere in Asaba. He was around Asaba inspecting projects that he wants to inaugurate for his first 100 days in office. I think that should be applauded. The governor has even just along this road here. It used to be very dark at night, but now the governor has approved solar lights for this place, and so that will boost night life in Warri. So I feel the governor should be appreciated. apart from roads that he has awarded, rehabilitation of roads, it will go a long way. The governor has actually shown that he has the people at heart. In less than 100 days, because it's not yet 100 days,
Yes.
he has actually gone around the 3 senatorial districts, assessing the needs of the people, showing concern, going around the state, showing, okay, Delta State is plagued by flood. We all know that we are in a coastal environment. The governor has actually gone around the state to inspect these drainage facilities to make sure that the challenges of flood becomes a thing of the past. So I believe that the governor should actually be applauded. The team that he has put in place together, they are a team of like minds, team of enlightened persons that will actually take the state to the next level. And I feel that Deltans should be patient. Deltans should cooperate with the governor, and he's going to do beyond our expectations. Before he came, he said that he's going to do more, and we're already seeing the steps that he wants.
All
to
right,
do.
thank you very much. I think I'll stop you there.
Okay.
Let's just say your last word. Your last word to.
All right. My last word to the entire is or data to expect more from Right Honorable Sheriff Obrewori.
I think that's all we can take on our program. Okay, let me just allow you to just give us one sentence, your closing remark.
Deltans should be optimistic. We should be optimistic, and we should expect more from Right Honorable Sheriff.
All right, Deltans should expect more from Right Honorable Sheriff. With that, I think we'll